monthly planning stream. Welcome, welcome. I do apologize that I started a little bit later, just a few minutes later. I was literally scarfing down a late lunch, pretty late lunch. Um so well, I'm still kind of like digesting. I still have the food kind of like here. So we're trying to deal with food trying to like go down. So this is kind of like it's different and sort of reminiscent because if you've been here long enough, I used to stream Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings. I don't remember around what time. I used to stream on Sundays, but I used to stream on Sundays and then I moved into Fridays. But yeah, we're doing the monthly planning stream today because next Friday, last Friday of the month, is the 28th, the Friday after Thanksgiving. In retail is known as Black Friday, and that's where everyone is trying to get as many deals as possible for their Christmas gift and things like that, and where people um go crazy. So I didn't want to stream that day. I had the day off at work and I'm also putting in on vacation time. So I just no, I don't want to be online that day. Um and also today is kind of like the start of a week solo writing retreat at home because I only had to come to show up for work one day, and then the rest of the week is mine to own. So I'm trying to do a couple of like household chores, mostly laundry, and just doing other admin things so that I can spend most of the time writing and just feeding myself and my mom. So I'm kind of like excited about that, but we are here to take some time to plan December, which it's crazy to think that it's the last month of 2025. I was mentioning last Friday in the stream that 2025 felt like the year went by super fast, but also went very slow. So it feels a little bit of a dichotomy, kind of like a whiplash kind of thing. So we are this is the last monthly planning stream of the year. The next planning stream, which is a Sunday, December the 21st, is gonna be for 2026, which I'm already thinking about. I'm already looking at what could be my word of the year and kind of I'm also so to know what I will be working on December, I kind of like sort of need to have an idea of my publishing calendar for 2026, which I still don't know for sure. Well, I have an idea for Sally because I my readers are awesome. I did a survey. I sent a survey last week and they are slowly the responses are coming in slowly, which is to expect. Is the holidays. People are very busy with just life and the end of the year of things. Um, but they've been wonderful at responding and being very honest, which I love. And I think thanks to that, I know I will say I feel right now I know like 80 to 85% sure of what Sally's publishing calendar year's gonna look like, but I'm also launching other things, and those I need to figure out. I don't know why I'm waving this. I do. This is a bot for convenience. I do not promote this fast food. They are not being good citizens of the world. So I'm gonna drink off camera. So sorry. Mm. So before I keep chatting like a mad woman, feel a little bit like a mad woman. Um, let me go ahead and say hi to the friends in chat. If you have not like say hi or anything like that, just go ahead and do that. We got Miranda coming in. Hello, hello. We got also Morgan. Hi, hi, hi. I'm sorry, friends. I love that Morgan is like, I already got my word of 2026 already. Um, I was looking at my goals for this year, and I don't think I accomplished any of them. I'm calling this year a wash. I could understand that. I also, because I do get thinking about it as a wash in like your professional or your author or your business career, but you also did a lot of other things. So I will totally recommend to like kind of do like a life audit and see what are the things that you were able to accomplish or further in like got them further along in your life, because usually when it feels like we haven't done anything in our professional career or business career, it means that we were very busy doing life things. um so definitely we'll recommend to look at that, because probably it was not a wash completely. um I definitely, it was an interesting year. I still haven't completely do a retrospective of 2025. I'm I honestly don't even know, did I have my planner beside me. I was planning next week. Um and I kind of want to see, did I wrote anything that I write my goals? Let's see. And January, because this calendar, I did not. See, that's the other thing. I was looking at my channel and I never, I didn't do a video about 2025 goals. I didn't do a live about 2025 goals. I probably have something in Notion. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I want to look at it. Uh, um, I definitely did not publish as many books as I wanted to. Um, I kind of like hit a bump in the serialized publishing too. So, yeah, it was interesting. Um, yes, life was definitely busy. The big goals weren't accomplished, but I did do a lot in other areas. Yes. So again, it was not a completely wash. It's just like the focus was not career specific, which I totally get. Um, nope. So by any chance, if anyone has a question, please just start it with a Q so I can see them. Um, so I I usually have questions to guide the planning, but seeing them, I don't know that much if they're that helpful. Reason is, I November was kind of weird. Um, I honestly, I think I only had like maybe like a good week of work, maybe, maybe, and I don't think that's real true. Because the thing is, like, in November, that first full week in November, I was working full time because I was covering my boss' vacation. And I was covering from the last 2 days of October, the very first week of November, and I think a a couple of days of the second week of November. So pretty much a week and a half was just spent working full time. And I know myself. I th- when my subconscious is still working through things that had happened at work, I have very little to no space for my writing. So I don't write. I really don't write. When I have a and bigger, heavier workload at the job, because it's just like it takes so much of mental space. Um, I also I deal with numbers, so I reach home like completely. My brain is mush. So probably week and 2 to 3 days of November didn't do much. Honestly, I think the only times that I wrote was during my Friday stream and the couple of streams that I was at Inimitable Books with Sarah. Um, I don't think I wrote out much outside of that. Um, Esther is on live on a Sunday. Yeah, this is the planning stream, so I am not going to be streaming on Friday the 28th, so we will do. I decided to do it this day. It's going to happen again in December because I will not be streaming the Friday after Christmas, so I'm going to stream that planning stream the Sunday before the Christmas week. So, yeah. Hello. So yeah, not much writing has happened. I was still kind of like on and off dealing with this hand that got injured in October. Yeah, October. So God got a lot of things to do, but I am not truly bringing I don't feel like I'm bringing anything to November because there's some additional content that I am writing so I can do a box set of ebooks. Um, and that's gonna be taken care of this upcoming week, in November, like the last week of November. And then everything else, it's writing for next year. So I am pretty sure what's gonna be the focus for Sally for next year. Um, and I already know that for December and January I will be drafting another holiday romance. And I will also be adding a draft for a short of one of the series that most of Sally's readers have picked as the series that they want to see completed in 2026. So that's going to be that focus. Now, have other things that I do want to start in 2026. All of them are writing related. I wouldn't be talking about other things that are not writing related here. So, anytime that I mention a project, it's writing. And if it's a video, I will say that it is a video. So ideally, and this is ideally, there are I am even scared to say it. I even have 8 more books that I do, nine actually, 9 more books that I do want to either fully write or finish writing. And when I say just, I'm not talking just drafting. I'm talking about the entire thing, like complete the book to release. Um, so there are 8 books that I do want to release, and one that I want to have query ready. On top of technically 4 books that I do want to do for Sally, but I am crazy enough to think that I can do 6. I mean, I know I'm being nonsensical. I know. But if I want to at the very least do half of that of those numbers. So if I'm saying in my calculator, if I'm saying that I do want to do well, that let's do math because this is nice, but that is not the final number. Uh hey, what are you doing here on a Sunday? Okay, so again, I will not be streaming on Friday the 28th. So the planning stream is happening today. Same thing is gonna happen in December. I am not gonna be streaming the Friday after Christmas. So the planning stream is gonna be the Sunday before the week of Thanksgiving. So Sunday the 21st. So yeah. Yes. So I want to publish, yeah, 6 books for Sally. And then I want to publish 8 more books. I'm not saying for what. And I do want to have a query ready book. So we're talking about 15 books of different sizes. Hello. Oh, also, hi, Tiffany. Hello, Des. I already say hi to Dee. Uh, you know, let's bring something up. Let's hold on. Let me take this off. Switch here. Bring this here. Yep, that's a number. Why does that sound like this is where and I'm honestly I'm thinking out loud of a lot of these things. Because again, I have not besides Sally, I still haven't think completely about a publishing calendar. So I know for sure Sally is gonna have 4 books out next year. It will be the next 3 books on the series that the readers are telling me that they want me to finish in 2026, and then the holiday romance that I drafting in December and January, and it will come out later in 2026. The other 2 books that I would love to to publish are the Snowden books that I wanted to publish this year, but I couldn't. One of them is halfway done, and the other one is not even drafted. I think I do have it outline is not drafted, but but there I don't know if I will be if I'll put them in the calendar because again, there's other books that I do want to write. So, lighting a little close to the street. we 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 shall see. Um, because usually, so next week I have almost the entire week by for myself, and I may or may not have from the 22nd all the way to probably the 7 or the 8 to myself also. Because my job usually closes for those days. And what I need to do, my biggest task needs to get done in this week of the 15 and the 20. Actually, the 15 to the 19. It needs to get done. And I will love to get it done because I already told my boss, I'm like, I know you have a lot of vacation days that you need to use. They've been like on top of you about that. My other coworker, if we don't have any school visits, she doesn't come into work. And honestly, if not a lot of things are happening in at work, there's no reason for me to waste gas and waste breakfast or lunch money when I'm just gonna be sitting there twiddling my fingers and just being on the AC. On days that's gonna be nice-ish in Puerto Rico, I would rather just stay home. So most likely I will have the last week and a half to 2 weeks for myself again. And definitely I've looked at the calendar and kind of like around these days, things are petering down real quickly. So, um, so I'm technically, I do have time to write. Technically. Don't feel yeah, cray cray. If I told you some of the ideas floating in my head, you laugh. Yeah. Freedom! Oh God, I love it. Um, so, okay. Uh, let's see. I do know. Okay, let's put the very first thing that I know I have to do. Is gonna be call from to and it's gonna be until I'm gonna give myself 2 whole months to do that. I'm gonna draft. So I know that's for sure. For sure, sure, sure. And then I, hold on. I think, let me look at next week. Because also a lot of things are pending that if I finish them this upcoming week that's starting tomorrow, um, these stickers are not staying. Need you to stay stickers. Um, if I have one, two. Okay, if by the end of Monday I finish the additional content that I am doing for the box set that I want to do, I can have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to work on getting ahead. Um, that means that I need to finish that. I already started it. It's not like I already started it. Like many things. That is the thing about Aries. We start a lot of things, we don't finish a lot of things. Um so um that let me think. So what did I say? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. I could, um, if I could, hmm, I need a clone. Can I get a clone? Can someone clone another me? Um, this is like real time me figuring out. Um, thinking. Because I don't want to. Because I know saying I could finish three projects in those 5 days. That is ridiculous. That is not realistic. Let's get in the lab. We need able bodied clones to make all the things. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Shannon has a clotting technology. Yes. I need Shannon to send me that address so I can go there and get a clone or two of myself. That will definitely help. Um okay. I am going to be let me check on something here. Okay. I was like, I hope it opens not where I think it might open, but because I need to check where my different projects are. So this one, I am not halfway, not quite there. Close to halfway, but not quite there. Uh, and let me hold on, friends. Hold on. Open here. Let's hope it doesn't open where I think it might open. My mother is putting up our box tree right now, hoping the Christmas magic boost hits me. I didn't see any coming from Joanne, but hi. Um, I never took my tree down, so I need to. It doesn't have the decoration. It's just the tree and the lights, but I need to replace the lights. So I need to buy a box of lights, replace them, and then put back the decorations. I'm also waiting for a couple of things that I bought. There we go. Hello, Joanne. Let's see. Okay. Oh, so yeah. Okay. I cannot say that I can finish three of those projects because I haven't even started one of them. I don't even know if it's outline. Lord Jesus. Okay. So, definitely I I'm going to do something a little sneaky. You guys will see, but yes, I am where I wanted to be. Uh nope. Okay. Mm, okay. Mm, mm, doesn't look that bad, but just in case, I was being sneaky and looking at my works calendar. Um, just in case, I am. How do I write this? Say, okay, because I don't think any of you will be like, "What is that?" Um, some some may no. One, two. We're gonna do almost 3 weeks. Do that there, and because this 5 days that I have next week, I can um focus on the book that I have almost that I'm almost at the halfway point and finish that. Okay, this is a great question. So the holiday romance, the second one, which I have it in the calendar from December 1st to January 31st, is a full length. Um, but this one is, I'm hoping it stay between 20 to 25K. Could be close to 30. Don't know. Don't know yet. But it's gonna be more of a novelette length. Um, Gones go Gone are the days where Sally could write a 10K or 15K short romance. That is something not in the cards anymore. Um, so yeah. I know shorts, I can do them on 2 weeks, but because I will be working on those days and the calendar looks some days looks heavier than others. I want to give myself 3 weeks just in case I don't start right in December 1st, or there might be some days that I cannot write, that I don't have the capacity to do so. So I'm giving myself a little bit more time. And then so the book that I checked, that I am almost halfway through it, I do want to finish it before November. Um, and then there's another one that I don't think I where am I? Oh, I don't know what is that. I'll have to open it later and look at it. Um, oh, I'm only on chapter 2, and I don't think I'm even done with chapter 2. No, I'm not. Um, whew. So okay. So I'm gonna my what I want to do for this week is finish one book and have another one reach the midpoint. That feels feasible. Welcome, hello, hello. Okay, backish. I'm listening, but hopping over to my assignment. You go, do your assignments, D. Um, so that means that I'm gonna put it here, and that is from the 15th to the 31st. Finish. Because if I can get it towards the halfway point, then I just have to write half of it in the later half of December. And and uh, the only thing that I was thinking, I'm not gonna add it because I haven't finished reading the books that I want to read. So until I'm done reading the books that I want to read, I'm not gonna touch that specific project that I'd have like right here. It's pestering me there, but do I say? See, part of me is like, you can do more, but no. Me thinking that I can do more, it lands me in trouble. Especially because, so technically, by the end of the year, I will have for sure one of the books of the for sure 4 books for Sally drafted so I can revise it on January. Hopefully, I will be at a better financial position and do some other steps um that I want to just offload of my plate, but we shall see. But I can revise in January and hopefully release it maybe February or March. I where did I? Hmm. Oh, I was like, I know I did kind of like a very tentative um release calendar. Uh, yeah. If I can't, if the if blah, blah. God Lord, this is I don't know why I keep streaming the my blabbering. Um, but if I oh see this is great to see these things because I am this is when you tell people not to do the things that you do because you get yourself into a lot of trouble. So, actually, just don't do what I do. Just that's the only thing that I will say. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't. Just don't do what I do. Just don't. Um, I don't know because it's just like, do you want to man my ambitions? Um, because I know if I am disciplined, um, and just follow through everything that I'm telling myself that I want to do. So they're not things that I need to do. No one is forcing me to do any of this. These are things that I want to do. If I follow through on myself, for myself, I know I can do these things. It looks crazy. It looks like a lot. But I'm not saying that the entire day is going to be that. Like, probably I just need a couple hours of drafting and maybe an hour and a half of revisions. And that is like if I can get a solid 5 hour block, I can draft those two things and revise that third thing. I know I can. Um, am I disciplined enough? That's the mystery. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Nia. Welcome, welcome. Late, but I'm ready for planning. Yes, I am trying to figure out my December, and the more that I figure out, the busier it looks like. You're not gonna be able to see it, but I did also pull my tentative calendar schedule for next year. Actually, it's not 15 books, it's 16. Ah, oh God, the more I look at things, the more I'm like, you're insane, Esther, you're insane. Ah, I need a clone. Okay. I mean, I already heard it. Oh, oh God. Oh, uh, oh. Okay, I'm getting my computer and going back into Notion World. I left last night thanks to this. Uh, I'm telling you, this is crazy. Okay. If it's like that, I actually have to stick to just the four books for Sally. It will be a danger to myself to add two more, even though they are short. Because if they're not already done, they're not already done. Um, hmm. Back and forth. So if I don't respond, I hop back to my excitement. You're fine. You're completely fine, D. Um, um, I am pondering my life choices. I'm like, why am I put this like this? I know I am insane. I don't need to ask myself that. I am just looking. Oh, let's see. Let me look at. Um. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Then it will be two. Oh, oh, oh. I could make that change. I think I could make that change. Is that, yeah. I think I can make that change. Just to not stress me out. Uh, Esther is like, what I have done to myself. Truly. I could tell from the look on your face. Definitely. Oh, I didn't, I honestly didn't want it to. The reason I'm changing a date that it is okay because I really don't do much on release days. Like I tend to set everything up and schedule everything so if I cannot be too present online, it's not a problem because everything that needs to go out or be out will be. Um and if they're not, it's not because I didn't do it. It's because third party companies were slacking. Um but I originally didn't want to use that day because it was the day before my mom's birthday. But knowing my mom she doesn't really like to go out. So it's not like I will be doing much around those days. So I just push back a date um, to give myself a little bit more, just a week of wiggle room. Um, because this is the thing. Just to give you an idea. These are not the dates, but let's say the release day is obviously you're not seeing. Let me put it this way. So let's say the release day is Friday the 20th. If I already if I put a pre-order, that file needs to be up in KDP on the 16th. To save myself any heartbreaks and any troubles, I put on my calendar and in my head that the actual day that I need to put everything up is on the 15th, a day before. Those 24 hours help a lot. So it means that by the 13 and 14, everything needs to be done. Like the cover needs to be done, all the uh back all the data needs to be done, the actual book needs to be done, like everything. So I just need to upload on the 15th. Obviously, a lot of that information is said when you set your pre-order, but if you need to update anything, you should do it in this window, which means that if you want to build some buffer just in case, then your book needs to be written, revised, proofread, and if you can format it, um, well, actually, draft, revise, edit, proofread, maybe format it before the month of release. So, pushing back a date will give me a week more. So, whichever book that day was in will get an additional, we'll probably just get that week of a buffer. That kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking. Um, which is interesting. I did that for the ranch release on Friday, and I think I will continue schedule things I have from now on. It was a lot easier. It is because definitely you set up everything. You had time also to make sure that everything that you want to have set up is already set up, and then you can enjoy that day. Maybe you do have the time to enjoy the release and be online, or maybe you're just very busy that day and you're not stressing on top of your busyness because you already set everything up. Um, so that's how I try to operate. Um, Definitely I operate that way because I do publish under more than one name. Um, so that helps me not to go extra crazy. Um, so yeah. Uh, let's see. Let me think. I might have to like put some things. So let's from actually not there. From here. Okay, so revise. To the 16. Usually I can revise a short book in 2 weeks. But that actually has never been a problem. It's the drafting that gets a little strange. Um, Revising, it's a lot better. But oh, I do have dad here. So, from here. Okay. So I don't know what will be the edits. Uh, and he will be fifth. Two. Here's the deal until the 25th. Just in case. Just in case. Okay. And then when do I finish? Okay. Uh, then here. Uh, also want to get it done. Just in case. Just in case. And then for those two that thing are gonna, yeah, they have February dates. After that is done, is usually a proofread that's just a couple days. I can format in a day or two, and it will be fine. It will be fine. Now, oh Lord Jesus, I'm looking. Okay, so this is towards the end. Oh boy, January is like very heavy. Very heavy, very heavy. Mhm. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna ignore it. Ignorance is a bliss. Ignorant is a bliss. Yes, yes, yes. So the also, this is one of the reasons I decided to do it on a Notion calendar. I don't feel this is gonna be permanent. This is why I do it here. Because when I do it here and I have those immediate reactions, I'm like, this is this may not happen. Um, yeah. So who knows? I'm playing 2026 for two separate projects and thinking, is I crazy? Ah, see, this is the thing. Um, I, I don't know. Seeing it all in one place will do that to you. Yes, I know I know you understand my mental breakdown. Let me remove this and uh, here. Um, I will probably ask myself the same question, not exactly the same questions, but specific questions. Like, I do have a note here. Um, I don't remember when I did this. But I asked myself a couple of questions and use my tarot cards and my intuition to get the answers of them. And I did today. I was like, maybe I should redo it and check in again with my intuition and see if I'm still walking that path. Um, because if I am, um, I will have to reel back the amount of books that I originally thought. I I feel pretty confident that if it was just me, myself, and like I wasn't caring for other people, I wasn't going to a work or anything like that, I could do those things. I do have to take into account that I do work. Yeah, mostly part time, but there's some times that I do work more than part time hours. I also take care of my mom, which for the most part, it's not a lot of things, it's just small things constantly throughout the day. Um, and I have to manage this house. Like it's gonna fall on me. Also, the management of the car is gonna fall on me. So, in good faith and in reality, it's not possible. But also, I need to think like, how do I do this in a way that the algorithm gods um don't forget me too much? Because it's my brain thinking, don't run yourself to the bone, but also my business mind thinking, you got to be careful with how you do things, or it's just in all your efforts may not pan out because of this and sort a lot of things. Just um and I do understand people will say just write whatever you want to write, and if writing was just merely a source of just if it was a hobby, I would have stayed in fan fiction writing. I was very happy there. And I still have readers there. Still get comments. People are like, are you finishing this? So, um, and I do write what I like to write. I do like to write what I like to write. I mean, I write what I like to write, but I want to make a living out of this. I want writing, author be my career. So it's that back and forth, like how do I plan things in a way that I am not going to. I know I will have to work a little harder. I may have to, you know, rely on um coffee and sugar and energy drinks and things like that. Maybe I will have to find a nap here, a nap there. I definitely need to figure out a better way to dictate. Because I have a great mic um that will that is awesome for dictating. Um, and I know I can make things happen, I just need to be careful. Let me read comments. Let's see. One second. Um, but seeing it all from bird's eye view helps big to know what's doable and what's beyond the Lulu. Yes. Set it in your calendar as a Delulu goal and you play it by ear and do what you can. True, true, true. Nia says, my Bruno projects are serialized and I already edited them to fit in Penny's world. Now to schedule. Nice. I know this was about this. Um, the problem comes when we take the Lulu as a gospel and make ourselves feel bad when we can keep up with it. That's my toxic trait. Yes, I agree. I agree. Um, on top of regular stories, 2025 was such a buzz, and now the military is trying to mess with 2026. Oh Lord Jesus. I'm a big fan of naps now, 10 out of 10. Everywhere I nap. Dictation helps. Yes. Lucky Des, I need to get on the nap bandwagon. Yes, you need to. I dictate in bed on my phone these days into Google Docs. And Des says it's life changing, Nia, about the naps. Um, See, the thing is, for Google Docs and Word, I have to dictate a little bit slower so it doesn't so catch what I'm saying. Um Interesting enough, dictating on Scrivener is a lot that it does a lot better um with my accent. And I sadly I'm not the person who can just like talk for a while and then go back and fix the errors, because by the end of me dictating and I go back, I'm gonna be like, what was I trying to say? Because at a lot of the times my brain doesn't quite remember what I was saying, especially if I'm talking. I'm like, why did I what did I just what was that? Um, so I if I see a lot of incorrect words, I need to pause the dictation and fix them while I still remember the word that I wanted to say. Because if I don't, because it has happened, when I go back, I'm like, I don't know what what was the word that I said that the program didn't understand. And that's just the bigger problem. Um, Nia, we gonna get you to nap in 2026. Naps for Nia 2026. Yes. Yeah, the computer scrivener is king for dictation. Yeah. Or for the days you can get to the office. I see. I tried dictating using my phone, and again, Google Docs doesn't really understand me. Um, I may try. I may try do the voice note, because the voice note does transcript, and that may or may not work. Who knows? I'll have to try and see if it's better. Um, but yeah, I might just have to I have to get better at dictation, and it will help me so much. Have you tried dictation in Spanish? The programs don't understand Spanish. I have I have plenty of phrases, even full sentences in Spanish for my books, and it doesn't even put it there. It doesn't understand Spanish. Um, so and the way that my brain functions is if the story is in English, I just think the story in English. It's not gonna come in Spanish. Same way that if I think a story in Spanish, it's not gonna come out in English. Um, it's just like as soon as my brain is locked in a language, everything around for that is gonna be in that language. It will is the only reason I made it through this year. True, true. I I'm one of the witnesses of that. Wishful thinking. I thought Google said they do languages. I wonder if I change the language of it to Spanish, if it will. But again, my brain does not do that. Um, your brain needs a language setting first. Yes, 100%. It's the way that my brain um deals with language. This is why it takes me a few seconds if people ask me to switch to Spanish, or if I'm talking in Spanish switch to English. It takes me a couple of seconds to kind of like rewire my brain for it. When I used to work reservations back in Virginia, I didn't get them often, but I will say I will get anything between 5 to 10 calls a month that were Spanish speakers, whether it just land on my line or one of my coworkers were like, hey, this person only speaks Spanish, or they're more comfortable speaking Spanish. Can I send it to you? That kind of thing. It will take me a few seconds to switch. It also was very mind boggling because my entire system, script, everything was in English, but I was talking in Spanish with this person. And it was usually a different Spanish than mine. Because even though we speak the same language, we don't speak the same language. Um, so it was like the entire system is in English. I am talking Puerto Rican Spanish, but I am talking with maybe a Honduran or a Mexican person or a Colombian or a Salvadorian. And we have different words for the same things, and we just don't know. Uh, so it was interesting. And once I was done with that call, I had to put myself in something so I could take a couple of seconds to rewire my brain back to English and then keep taking calls and booking rooms and activities and things like that. So yeah, it languages. It's strange. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. I don't know how people don't get tired of me jabbering. Um, I'm like looking at the December calendar. At least the December calendar, I feel like I can do it. I need to make sure that I am very that I stick to what I want to do this week, which may which I may have to say no to a few things. Cause I know it's not a true it we didn't make a commitment or anything like that, but I do have a possible repo invitation with a friend who is a coworker and a friend of hers. Um I think it's for 2 nights, but it's very up in the air. Um and I could very much say no. Um but yeah, this week and pretty much the rest of December, I may have to be unapologetically declining everything left and right and be like, if we're not working, we're not truly working, I am not gonna be not gonna be there. Because as you can see, I don't have time to waste. But I am, I'm sorry, I hit myself. I am scheduling rest time. So I could show you because it's also on a upcoming blog. So I didn't put any, there's no information that I cannot show. So um as you can see, maybe they're like they're like when I'm doing lunch, I'm taking a screen break, or maybe I'm just watching something while I'm eating. I'm putting an hour of reading almost every day. Um, and yeah, I'm just, there's some, this day doesn't, this one that I work, it does have a lot more rest and breaks in it because I work and I know I have to put them in. So yeah, I am being better at putting rest, at like literally scheduling rest in my calendar. So I don't mess up myself. Um let's see. I'll get to your question, Nia, in a second. Yes, please make sure you're getting rest. I pulled out everything and got set up just for my father to know. I need to go Thanksgiving grocery shopping. Yeah, your father timing is a thing. I should have seen it coming, but I missed it. Okay, so Nia has a question. Do you use BookFunnel for your free chapter or just print them in the email? I do for Sally because that's right now the only one that I'm using as of right now for BookFunnel, but I will be adding someone to it. It's not gonna say. So what I do is I check for whichever book that I want to offer a free sample. The first thing that I do, and this was a um God, the word. It's not a tip, it's not a recommendation. I learned it from D. I was trying to use another word, but I learned it from D. I go to Amazon and check was the 10% of what they show to any reader. And that's what I give for free. Mm, to now want, oh, okay, wants to go. Yeah, no, exactly. So let me put the question again. Okay, so what I do, first thing that I do, let's say I want to offer a free sample of the holiday romance. So I go first into Amazon and check what's the sample that Amazon gives any client of my book. And I go into my document and find that same spot and either copy paste just a little before that or just to that. It depends because sometimes that 10% in Amazon is it lands in a very strange section. So sometimes for some of my books it lands like halfway through the second page of the second chapter. So usually what I will do is just give the first chapter as a free sample. Um and is still free. If they want just a little bit more, they can use the free sample on Amazon. Um, I get that. I format it. I usually format it on Google Docs. I make it a little fancy, and in Google Docs you can save it as a PDF or in as an EPUB, and then I upload that I create like a book page on BookFunnel, and I upload that, and that's what I use. Um, I the only time that I have put any sort of writing in the actual email was for a release of the book. The first one, I was sending emails every day a week prior the release day, and I think the 2 days prior release day, one email was chapter one and the second email was chapter two, and then it just released the book. So, and again, they were still very much in the sample for Amazon, so I wasn't getting in any trouble. But that's the only way I do that. And I don't share more than that because nowhere else will have more than that. But it will be copy pasted in the email. It wouldn't be like an attachment, or if I do a link, it will be a link back to BookFunnel kind of situation. Let's see. KD says, I don't recommend sending your free chapter directly in an email. BookFunnel adds protections onto your sample because these subs, we love them, but they can and will paste your stuff elsewhere. True. The sample preview has to be the same sample KU offers if your book is in KU, not to break the terms of services. Um, but yes, break on a hook. Or just a little, yeah. Um, yes. Tiffany says, I agree with D. An excerpt is one thing, but not a full chapter or anything longer than maybe 600 words. I think mine get the entire prologue and first chapter for sure with Penny. Not sure about NV James. I do share excerpts in my newsletter from time to time, but not like the freebie sample and never a file attached. Yes, what Tiffany said. I just share a first chapter on coffee, but it was for my subscribers, and I know all three of them. True, true, true. The last thing you want is for KU to kick you out because some readers got a little overzealous and upload your free file somewhere else. True. Yeah. And I also, for the books that I have like a free additional epilogue or a additional scene or anything like that. Again, I put those on book funnel, and they will have to like follow either the link, or if they have the physical copy, there's a QR code that they can scan with their phone, and it will get them to the landing page on book funnel. um, I If you need to kind of like see how to do it in book funnel, Nia, I can show it to you, just not live. Because again, I will have to like, I still don't have any interest in putting my face beside Sally's name. I also don't want to tell people was Sally true name. So yeah. If you need a visual rundown of how to do it, just let me know. Uh, cause honestly, it's pretty easy. Uh, Again, when there's samples, I format them on Google Docs. I make them pretty. And I download a PDF and an EPUB. And I usually upload both an EPUB and a PDF to BookPhoto. I'm the same with Penny. I still want to do middle grade with Envy James and my face. Yes. Um. So yeah, I don't know if I am gonna ever do middle grade with Esther, but I'm definitely have a lot of YA stories that I want to tell. Um, and I don't need any of the spiciness. Um, Granted, Sally is not the spiciest thing out there, but some of the books are pretty spicy. Um, so I just same thing. Why paranormal is gonna go into the Mireya pen name, even though I'm not being secretive about that one. At least people will know, oh, when she's writing in under this name, this is not for teenage, this is not for underage people or squeamish people. So, yeah. And because apparently in this society, violence, it's apparently better digest than sexual intimacy. That's why I'm not being so secretive with the paranormal pen name. Um, it does stick. I still get mortified whenever my teacher decide to Google me, and I'm like, well, if I ever decide to go to game development, no child related company will want to hire me. Yeah, that's yeah, that's a bummer. Had to add the squamish. Yes, because I have to remember I do tend to write a little gruesome. It's not in like it is never in the horror sphere, but it might be horror adjacent. Um. So yeah. What else? I feel like I need to. I feel like I'm missing something in my planning. I'm not I'm torn up about it, but it's my reality. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. At least I, because I know some of the fantasy that I want to do that could probably end up in YA. Maybe the publisher will ask me to H it up, and I don't. think it will be a problem. But if it lands in YA, I'm pretty sure the fantasy might be a little violent. But again, we're in a society that people digest violence better than sexual intimacy. So, so yeah, there's there's sexy times in my paranormal romance. They just it's very slow burns. There's not that many in the grand scheme of things. Um, yeah, yeah. Even though it should be treated, it's gore is indeed powerful. Yeah, yeah. Some people are even addicted to it. I'm only ever writing variations of adult romance, but I've learned with current pen name there is a freedom writing without worrying of people who know who I am and their opinions. Yes, that's. I'm not saying that's what's stopping me to make my paranormal stories into books. Honestly, it's just a financial thing because they're longer, so they do need copy edits, professional copy edits. Um, but definitely I can experiment and pivot and change a lot of things with Sally because again, there's no one knows. No one knows what Sally's real name, and no one knows Sally is me, or real name Sally is me. Um, there's also a freedom of having other secrets that people may know you have other secrets, but they just don't know what those secrets entail. So it's wonderful to have company for writing, but you don't have to um like tell every little detail or have so many updates about your writing. Um Again, I'm saying that I think I will record it today. That my content for the YouTube is changing. I in this week I will be recording pretty much what I feel is gonna be the last writing vlog in the channel, and then I'm just gonna pivot to just talk about the lessons that I have learned on the business side of being an author, especially when I'm still a young indie author, and there may be things that authors who've been in the ring longer have forgotten or they have never dealt with because it wasn't a thing in their time or when they were younger. Um so yeah. Uh yes. Freedom and people not associating you with the characters. I've heard some readers do that to spicy authors. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. See, that's what's held me back from returning to YouTube because I have too many things right now that I don't want to feel obligated to share. Yes, yes. And this is why I'm pivoting to the business side because that to me feels a little more of a fun conversation of like, these are the things that I try, and this is how successful or not successful they were. And you take that however you want to take it. It might be entertaining to some people. It might be something that like, oh, I should try that and see if it works for me. Or people will be like, oh, that definitely is not going to work for me. Things like that. I I I'm bored by me making writing blogs because it's the same thing over and over again. My writing process doesn't change. It has not changed in years, and I'm glad that I already have a writing process. It makes everything just better, have a better foundation. Also, nowadays the landscape in the video content creation has changed, and well, I don't mind watching them. They're pretty to look like, and they're sometimes entertaining. Writing blogs have turned almost into a small sort of short film slash documentary, and I'm not about creating that. I'm just not. Oh, I hate warm Coca-Cola. God awful. That's horrible. So I'm also, I don't want to be creating so many videos because again, I want to be an author, not a content creator. So I need to be spending my time writing, not recording and editing and posting. And so yeah. Yes, Nia, the parasocial dynamic has gotten out of hand. Grown adults not knowing how to separate art from the creator, especially in the bookish sphere, or make male cover models at events. Don't even get me started, cause I don't know how I get myself into so many fandoms who have so toxic parasocial relationships. The book community, K-pop, BLs, just like idols in general, is just insane. The amount of time that I have to roll my eyes and be like, please tell me you are a child and you're just naive and not know any better, because if you're a grown adult commenting this and having a temper tantrum because they are not real, Lord save me. Oh my god, yes, those guys have to deal with a lot. Yes. And also, book narrators are also dealing with those kind of things too. And I'm just like, can we not? Can we not? Oni, I have people follow my family ask weird questions, remember? These readers get cray cray. Yes. D has like personal stories. That's the thing. Grown grown adults. And it's just, it's a lot of the times I'm trying not to go into a crazy tangent. Because I get so heated about that conversation specifically. But also remember the crazy adults that were stalking these boys from Twilight, and they knew they were practically babies in comparison. It's insane. It's insane. Like I know you want, I know you're consuming the the books and the movies and the music and the series and things like that to escape a reality. But just escape the reality. Don't try to bring the fantasy into reality because you're going to hurt a lot of people, including yourself. Because it is a fantasy, it is fake for a reason. It's make believe. Here's I've always been terrible at maintaining boundaries. Yeah. Anyone who is a super fan of something does that. It's like they can differentiate fiction from reality. True. Keep it in the books and in your imagination. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. Leave people alone. Yes. Leave authors and actors and voice actors and singers and artists alone. Let them alone. Let them create whatever they want to create. And you just enjoy the creation and stop harassing the creator. It's like God, I just like um I get very heated. I just don't get it. Don't get it. Just this is why a lot of the times when I am obsessed with a show, I very gun ho of trying to use the character's name. Maybe at the very beginning, if I know the actor's name better than the character's name, maybe at the beginning I'll use the actor's name, but as soon as I learn by heart the character name, I switch to it because what I am enjoying and what I am obsessing is the characters' relationship. It's nothing to do with the actors. And you see it a lot that let's use Twilight, for example, since it was mentioned. A lot of fans interchangeably talk about Edward or Robert and Bella and Kristen as if they were the same thing, and they're not. You are obsessed with Edward and Bella, very toxic relationship, and you're projecting onto the actors, and it's just let me move on. Let me move on. Cause again, I get heated. I get heated again. Let me move. Let me move away. Let me let me do a let me think this. Let me do a Hakuna Matata moment. Let me don't worry about it. Um. Okay. I feel like I have not like I didn't truly um plan, but I also because now I'm just working on things for the future for 2026, it feels like I don't have my footing right because I don't have my calendar, my publishing calendar right. So I I need a screen break because I've been here since 11:30 my time, so that will be 10:30 Eastern, I think. Um, and I need a break. I also need to do another laundry round. Um, and I need to get water. Um, and then I will come back and I did schedule some video editing time, but I already edited a video. I don't think I'm gonna edit the other one. So I may use that time to decide on 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 a calendar. Um, no, 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 not coming back. I'm just saying that after I'm done here, I need a screen break, and the time that I put on my calendar to edit a video, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can finally make my calendar here. I can the thing is like those are things that I cannot do live because that is information I have to put information there that I am not sharing with anyone. So that is a me, myself, and I thing. Um, because if I do it live, it would just be me like this, and it's just it feels like a waste of time. So not no, I'm not coming back. Um, but if if I do that, then I will feel a little bit better. We shall see because I do have some writing to do today. Um, so yeah. Uh, I hope if you've been planning your month of December during the stream while I just chat and visibly lose my mind about all the things that I want to do, and it downs at me that I may not be able to because I am human. I'm not a robot. Robot? Robot? Why can I say that word? Um, then I don't know, you're welcome. Um, the meltdown, the little meltdowns were real. Um, so yeah, I really need to figure out that calendar. Um, hey, I just been pretending to understand how to face this assignment, so I am still here with you until you go. Yeah, yeah. I hope you get it, D. Thank you. I do. I do believe in myself. I just gotta be realistic in the way that I believe in myself. Oh, Stanford Publishing President 2026. We shall see. We shall see. Um, but yeah, I am gonna skedaddle. I'll see you guys again on Friday, December the 5th. Am I wait? Because I don't know if I have a stream with Inimitable Books before that. 1 second. Um, yeah. If the ones during the week, they're good to go. Yeah, no. So yeah, next time you'll see me will be on Friday the 5th of December. It should be at 5 p.m. Eastern if I don't work until 5 p.m. If I work until 5 p.m., I will have to push 1 hour the stream. Um, but yeah, that will be the next time um that you guys will see me. I hopefully if you celebrate if you're in a country that celebrates Thanksgiving this upcoming Thursday, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have wonderful food. I hope if you spend it with family, that the family behaves, if they are kind of like special kind of humans. Um, if not, I hope you spend it with the people that you love, and that includes yourself. Um, and if you're gonna brave the stores, both physical and online, this Friday or Monday, the 1st of December for Cyber Monday, good luck. May the odds be ever in your favor. Hopefully, you'll be able to get great deals. Um, who knows? Sometimes those deals are fake, but um, anything else? Yeah, that will be it. Um, I don't know if I will be online this week. I may just cocoon myself and um and just be in my writing cave. So yeah, thank you for being here. Hopefully you guys were able again to get something um planned for December, or at least you got all of your tools, and you have time after the stream to set up your December. Um yeah, that will be it for me. Yeah, I am skipping Friday the 28th. I'll see you guys in December. Hi, Eva. Yes, happy holiday to the American friends. Bye bye bye. You're very welcome. Have a good rest of your evening, you too. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.